Hello, world. Welcome back, and thank you guys so much for joining us at D&D Beyond as we play through House of Lament, the incredible adventure in Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft, which is, as you know, available now on the D&D Beyond marketplace. I'm Joe Starr. I am the Dark Lord of content at D&D Beyond, depending on your opinion of me. And I am joined by my absolutely amazing team, Michael Galvis, Amy Dallin, our community manager, Melly Doucette. Happy Pride, you beautiful, wonderful jerks. I am so just honored to be able to share a table and most of my adult life with the three of you. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys are joining us for the very first time at D&D Beyond, you can find us here doing really cool stuff pretty much all the time. Amy built a custom domain of dread with Taliesin from Critical Role. We've been giving you insight on the ins and outs of Strixhaven and the Feywild. We're publishing new articles to help enhance your game every day over at dndbeyond.com, including how best to approach lycanthropy as a player in the most popular article ever written on dndbeyond.com that just won't leave our top 5. Y'all like werewolf stuff? We hear you. Werewolf stuff all the time from now on at D&D Beyond.
Can confirm, because also our most popular comic of all time is the werewolf one we did 2 weeks ago. That got wolves. A lot of interaction. Y'all love werewolves, and I feel
It's like wolves. These kids absolutely love
Where's
wolves.
the love for were-ravens?
Right?
Team were-ravens, I'm just saying.
Agreed. They're ravens. Where y'all at? All that said, we really love this book. So, once again, like we do at the start of every one of these playthroughs of House of Lament, Wes, Wizards people, thank you guys so much for putting this book together. As a horror fan, I love it, and it's so fun. It's so fun. Thank you guys for birthing it. That is enough incoherent blathering from me. I think it is time for our penultimate episode. Yeah, that's the right use of that word. Of the House of Lament. And just take a little drink with my very themely and spooky medieval times collector's cup. Guilt is a spirit untethered. It haunts and feeds as it pleases. It comes and goes as it wishes. And while it starves our very souls, it somehow leaves us heavier, chained phantasms, stalking, dragging among the living, seeking that which will help us forget. If only until it inevitably returns once more. We are magnets, then, beacons for forces that would twist our regrets and delight in our lament, and where the darkness takes form, where dread is made manifest, a house lies in wait, like a creature of the aphotic ocean floor, choosing its moment, awaiting its prey, awaiting its feast. The portrait that was at the seance table in the parlor crashes from the floor to the ground. An utterance from Jacqueline, a sentence left unfinished. Van Richten, I believe, she asked, looking questioningly up at the old man. Eli, standing impossibly beside him, after being murdered by the creature stalking Jacqueline on the second floor. You feel it, a vibration, not something that would take you off your feet, like a direct hit in the Enterprise bridge, but you feel this shaking just inside you, in your core. There's a vibration in the house that was not there before. Your skin starts to crawl. A little hit of vertigo starts to hit, just enough to start to just make you feel a little off your game, a little off of your senses. What would you like to do? What's happening right now?
Van Richten, it's time for some answers. Stop just ignoring this. You seem to have some knowledge of what's going on about Eli and about this witch stone in this house, so tell us.
What I know is happening is that the house is awake. And I would suggest that you seek this witch stone before the house claims what it wants.
What does it want?
That, and I'm not attempting to be difficult. I'm not yet sure.
I'm gonna storm out of the room and go look for Erasmus.
Okay. You storm out of the parlor. We'll put a pin in that. Rip, Eli.
Eli, you sure you're all right?
Rip. Just... What happened upstairs? I don't understand. Is Jacqueline just playing a joke? Is this all some mean joke on me? You know that I'm worried about Ozic. I know that he's in the house. So why are you doing this? Why are you trying to scare me? Is this all part of the test?
Eli, I wish I had better stars for us to sail by on this. But it's rough waters in this house. I need you to know that we saw you go upstairs with us and try to help us fight something that meant us harm. And it looked to the both of us.
Rip. Tread carefully.
How can I know where to tread and where not to tread?
Eli. Would you... You have that finger bone, yes?
Sure, yeah. He pulls it out.
Would you like something to add to your collection?
Yeah, sure.
I believe there might be some trinkets you might find interesting in my travel bag in the corner.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. He will rush over to the travel bag, drop down to his knees, and just start digging through it.
As soon as Eli's sort of out of earshot, Van Richten sort of steps in towards Rip, although, just the personage of the man, he more looms than steps. I believe the boy is attached to this house in more ways than we previously understood. I do not know what will happen to him if he realizes it.
I want you to tell me right now. I got a letter. Jacqueline got... not a job, something else. What do you know about what we're doing here?
I know that I did not hire any of you, nor did I seek employment from anyone.
I'm gonna fumble around. Do I still have...
Certainly, yeah, you still have it.
Show him the letter.
He takes a look at it, sort of a very long, thoughtful look, folds it back up, presses it back into your hand, almost apologetically, as if he recognizes that you've been sort of tethered into something that he would not wish on you. I cannot explain this. Only that the house has chosen to bring you here.
I've taken worse jobs, but the lady and the boy... they've done nothing to deserve whatever this is.
Perhaps. Eli, have you found anything?
There's a lot of. It kind of smells like old guy in here. I don't mean to be rude, Mr. Richten. But there's all sorts of random things in here. I don't know what you want me to find. And
What's he say?
oh, is it? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's this thing. Am I right?
You have a good eye. That is... I was, for a time, Eli, a scout like you.
You were?
I was.
You part of Kids Have Spirit.
Can I insight check? Just in the background while this is happening?
Certainly. Go ahead and roll.
I'm not gonna say anything, Alright, well it's a 10, so just carry on.
Not necessarily kids have spirit, but a scouting organization for youth nonetheless. Our uniforms were rather similar. Eli, tell us about your friend. When was the last time that you saw him? Not in the house.
What was it? Well, it wasn't too long ago. We were in the woods. We were supposed to come here. We were both coming for our explorer's badge. And, we got to a river. And it was flowing pretty fast. So we made a bridge, and it was pretty good, I think. And then, we were crossing it, and I made it fine. It was a little uneasy, but then he started to cross it, and I just don't know. We got separated, and that happens. Well, he's gonna find his way here. The way is a little tricky, right? There was all these strange twists and turns to the woods, but he'll find his way. I know he's coming. I mean, he's here, isn't he? I mean, I saw him. I heard him.
If we were to take a look for him, what's he look like?
Well, he's a little younger than me. Probably like this tall. He has blonde hair. His cheeks are always really rosy. It always looks like he's blushing. Yeah, I don't know. I guess he just he's wearing the same thing as me. He likes to carry a stick around, for sword fighting and that sort of thing.
We'll keep an eye out as we continue our search, Eli.
Okay.
It was a different organization, but my uniform looked very similar to yours.
What was your first badge?
First aid.
What was it?
First aid.
Oh, well, that's a good badge. I've tried that one a couple times, but it's a little tricky.
Perhaps you'll have another
Mr.
chance.
Richten,
Yes.
if you don't mind, I don't think it's time for this one yet. I'd like to help Rip and I don't know if I deserve it yet after what happened underneath the house.
It's your decision, of course.
All right. Well, here, you hold on to it, and when we come back with the witch stone, when we come back with the witch stone.
He takes it very carefully. Jacqueline, you sort of stormed out of the parlor. Where are you going?
I'm looking for Erasmus. I guess I last saw the Revenant thing running downstairs, so I'm gonna go ahead and be like, upstairs sounds better to me. I'm gonna go ahead and make my way upstairs and maybe towards the office where I first met him inside the house.
Okay, you head up the stairs. When you get to the hallway, you don't see necessarily anything instantly. Things feel a little wrong. Things feel a little more enclosed. You can almost feel it in the way that you breathe. As you turn the first corner in the hall on the way to the office, you hear very faintly coughing sound.
Does
Like someone's
can I
struggling
tell
to breathe.
from? Oh boy. Well, can I tell if it's masculine or feminine sounding, just like from the pitch of it?
Check.
Yeah, sure. -11 -1 for my stress, 10.
Could go either way.
Okay. Well, I will go and check it out because I do. If it's Erasmus, then I'd be worried about him. So.
You follow the sound to a closed door in the hallway. You open the door?
Mm-hmm. Actually, rewind, if I can. I think I would knock and be like, Erasmus, are you all right?
The cough stops.
Erasmus? Cal opened the door, thinking that he stopped breathing.
You open the door to reveal what has to be the master bedroom of the house. A grand canopied bed occupies the center of the room. You immediately see you notice that the headboard stands out almost immediately. It's engraved with the phases of the moon into the dark, rich wood. There's a wardrobe, a writing desk, a torn, sort of moth-eaten, rotting leather chair. There's a strong sort of hit of mildew hits you. But then there's almost a second wave of a smell that hits you. It's a chemical smell, almost like an ammonia or a medicated kind of smell lingering in the room.
Do I see anyone?
A racking coughing fit picks back up, louder now than you heard it in the hallway. And you see sort of this shaking from the coughing, this form huddled under the heavy comforter of the bed.
Rasmus is that, I'm just gonna, like, slowly approach. I got, like, the one hand slowly beginning to reach out to just grab the edge of the...
As you start to approach, the coughing sort of stops for a moment. You hear a strained, pained woman's voice, let me rewind a little bit. A sort of a strained man's voice call out, Theodora. And then the coughing takes back over.
I'm just gonna, like, back out of the room quickly, maybe, like, stumbling over my feet a little bit, and get out and shut the door.
The coughing resumes, as it had when you entered the hallway.
Just your imagination, just overactive imagination. It's like your dreams. And I'm gonna just leave that door. So that's a no thanks door. And I'm gonna continue to the office.
As you head into the office, it's much like you remembered. It's decorated with sturdy built-in shelves, that desk carved with the reclining satyrs at each leg. The high back chair of the desk is turned away, although you notice it was turned away from you when you entered from the other side of the room via the balcony. It's now turned away from the doorway of the office.
Oh, that's creepy. Cool. So I do a quick scan to look for Ruspus, but I also I'm using this excuse to poke around up here because I do think that if there's any important paperwork, which is one of the things I'm looking for in my visit here, that's going to be in this desk. So if Erasmus isn't here, I'm going to snoop and start to go through like desk drawers and things.
Of course, roll a perception check.
Oh yeah, it's going to be better this time. Come on. It's worse. It's going to be 8 total.
Okay. So on the desk, there's some writing utensils. There is this tiny, a small framed portrait of the woman in the portrait that was at the seance table, sitting on the desk. And actually also sort of engraved into the frame is the name Theodora. As you continue to sort of go through the desk, you find some, a pretty copious amount of documents, books, paperwork, business files. Most of it is fairly ruined by age. But you do find 2 interesting pieces. You find Lauren Halfrist's will and death certificate. It names the 3 remaining members of the Halfrist family, Theodora and their daughter Reagan and their son Vastian as Lauren's heirs apparent. An addendum notes that Lauren died of tenacious deviltry of the leftmost lung, specifically. You also find what looks to be a deed of the house. This is an ancient document. It almost crumbles to the touch. There's some descriptions of the surrounding land's features, including the ruins of the ruined tower of Castle Events, and then it lists prior owners: Lady Mara Silvra, Doc Dranzorg, Lord Corden Silvra. Dates unknown.
I would like to very carefully take this deed, and I've got sort of that hidden place in the violin case that stores important documents. So I just set my case on the desk and open it, and I'm just very carefully placing this inside of it.
Okay.
I'll just take another quick look to make sure that, Erasmus isn't here, and also, like, I'm alone. I'll shut it, and I will leave this room and continue my search, maybe return to the group.
You step back through the office door into your childhood bedroom,
Oh, okay.
Everything looks, the way you left it, close to the end. Sitting on the bed is the most important woman in your life. Jacqueline, would you tell us about her?
Soleil is a human. She's beautiful. She's got the kind of nose that belongs on a coin. She's got just these beautiful golden locks. She's very well put together, like a lady of the time, certainly. And Jacqueline's heart just stops because the last time they really spoke was not a great time. Jacqueline did not pursue the things that Soleil wanted, and so their courtship ended, and Soleil moved on.
Have you put any more thought into what I said? Into what we talked about?
You know that I can't keep doing this. It was an accident the first time, and it was out of my control. A fit of passion the next. I can't just... They're still my family.
I'm not asking you to do anything. I just think you should talk to Seraphim. Of all of your brothers and sisters, maybe there's a chance that he'll listen to you and treat you with the respect that you deserve.
I believed you when you said that, when you told me that the first time. And I went and talked to him. Soleil, I did.
Are you drunk?
No. Just lost in another dream.
I need you to
nightmare.
Get unlost. I need you to get unlost and stop talking about dreams and nightmares. Jacqueline, this isn't for me. This is for you. This is what you deserve. Talk to him. He's in the next room. Just talk to him.
For you, of course. For us.
For us.
I love you.
I love you.
And knowing that probably in the next room is not going to be as nice of a situation, I hold off before I eventually force myself to turn the knob and go into the next room.
You turn the knob. I said everything sort of looked the way you left it. I lied. The one sort of odd thing in the room is that the house office door is now for some reason where your personal washroom door would have been. Nevertheless, you turn that knob and step in, and there he is, just like the last time that you saw him. Your brother Seraphim, sitting on the desk, giving you a curious sort of smile. I understand that you have some business you would like to discuss?
Yes, thank you for taking the time, brother. With all of this business with father, and it's just been quite a time for us all. And then, of course, Sasha, such an untimely demise. You'd think we were cursed.
It is tragic, yes. Please.
Yes.
What can I do for you, my sister?
Well, as you know, we were all sort of left behind something a little different from father, and my name wasn't part of the estate, so I really don't have anything. Well, I would like your help. I mean, we can work together. I'm more than capable of running parts of the business. Father taught me well. I can continue with my duties around, our parties and everything. But currently, I mean, it just looks as though I'm mostly going to just be out on the street, and I mean, you wouldn't want that to happen to families, so I'm sure.
Of course not. We're family. We're family,
Exactly.
Of course not. I have thought about your problem. I have an offer you might be interested in.
Of course.
We cut to Rip, Eli, Van Richten, who is now sort of standing in the foyer looking around. I'm assuming before Jacqueline glances back to the two of you. I feel we don't have much more time.
And I'm guessing we couldn't just pop down to the local village for some more supplies?
See for yourself.
I'm gonna watch him. Gesture to looking at Van Richten, gesturing at Eli. I'll be right back. And I'm going to try to run out the front door.
You run out the front door and onto the porch. And immediately in front of the house, everything looks normal, but in the distance, in the sort of the forest beyond, the mists have begun to gather and swirl, and it seems like this storm is starting to gather on the borders of the house. And as someone who has spent a good amount of their life at sea, you recognize these clouds. You recognize the green tint in the sky. This is not a storm that you would want to be caught under.
All right. I'm going to lose my courage for the experiment and turn back around to go inside.
Now,
Hard to say. It looks like a rough night out there.
indeed, this is the house's doing.
I feel like Miss Montag has been gone long enough. Turn to Eli. Shall we go after her? Best we stick together, I think.
Yeah, I think we're stronger together.
Indeed.
And he won't wait for Rip. He'll just kind of walk past and start ascending the steps.
I'm gonna cast one look back at Van Richten, and then just follow Eli up the stairs, trying
And as you
once again not to let him out of my sight.
as you start, you realize that Van Richten is actually following you up the stairs.
Joining in, eh, boss?
Stronger together. I have learned all I could from the library within the parlor.
Anything we might want to know?
What is it that you might want to know from him exactly?
Rip is really just prompting for more of these non-forthcoming answers, as if, like, it's almost sarcastically like, was there a book that says what's going on? But,
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Van Richten sort of pauses for a moment and, it's like, we understand that the castle that once stood here was owned by a Lord Silfra, who upheld the nobility in the region and maintained stability and success. We understand that a warlord tore through the region, taking the castle as his own. We understand that lord's daughter, Mara Silvra, attempted to march on the castle, losing most of her forces to weather and bad conditions and ultimately bad luck in the march. We know that upon arriving, her and her remaining soldiers were given a choice to support her or die. I believe you were given a similar choice.
It's ringing a bell. Something in this house remembers.
Indeed. And we know that this man, this Halfrist, built this home here. And it has angered whatever spirit resides in the ruins. Why exactly? I'm not comfortable speculating on yet. But you've seen the connections with your own eyes, haven't you?
You things represented here don't seem like they ought to be.
Indeed. Between the boy, Miss Montag's heirloom, and your mysterious summons, we must now find our way out. Now,
that will be some good exploring. Looking at Eli.
Indeed. Now, as you two are my muscle, after you.
Right, Eli will just start kind of calling, Miss Montag? Miss Montag, are you up here?
Jacqueline, you are standing in your brother's office. His body strewn across the desk. Furniture turned over. Fresh blood on your hands and your clothes. And you hear Eli in the distance calling your name.
I cast prestidigitation on myself to clean up the blood. I kind of just push the body to the other side of the desk, like I'm just trying to hide it underneath it. Just trying to resort anything that I can. Like, Eli, just in the office. Eli.
Oh, okay. Hey.
I'll cast it one more time, just to make sure I'm really clean.
I'm gonna wander in.
Are
Miss
you,
Montag?
Miss Montag, as you step away to walk out of your brother's office, the door does not open.
Oh. These doors just seem to lock themselves. Just try to kind of force it a little bit.
Eli, you follow the sound of Jacqueline's voice down the hallway and through the office, and you can see her vaguely on the balcony of the office, struggling with the door.
I will run over to the balcony door and try and I will check if it's locked first, and then if I'm unable to open it, I'll try and pick it.
When you walk over to approach the door and open it, it opens easily.
Thank you, Eli.
You all right?
It's an old house. The locks must get jammed.
Yes, I think this door just... do I realize I'm on the balcony now, or...
Yes.
Does it still seem like I'm... Okay. Yes, this door in particular. I don't know why I keep I stepped out to get some air, and I forgot to stop at the door. Thank you.
You keep what?
I just keep forgetting that this door sort of jams. It's hard to open from the other side.
You've been here before.
Yes, like I mentioned this morning, or yesterday morning. I've lost sort of track of time. I went in the middle of the night to just get some air, and was out on the balcony. Erasmus opened the door for me then. I haven't been able to find him, by the way. Has anybody seen him? Because, it seems a little dangerous with that thing stomping about.
Are you feeling okay? You kind of sweating a little bit. Have you been running around or something?
Oh, I'm just a little stressed, I guess is all. It's been a long day. That's why I went outside, cool air and breath.
I want to turn that chair around so Miss Montag can take a seat.
It's an empty chair.
I will sit down. I'm also just gonna look under the desk, like I'm expecting there to be a body there. Just like a little sideways glance. Okay, I'll relax, very much. Yes, I think I'm just a little in my own head. I don't know about this whole witchstone nonsense. Maybe we should just leave. We can just leave, right?
Do you know, Miss Montag, what a witchstone is?
I've not a clue, and you've refused to tell us.
It's typically nothing special, a piece of superstition at most, built into a home. An anchor that provides a safe place for witches to rest during their travels. Typically included in the exterior of the house.
Well, that would have been useful to know earlier.
It would have been useful to know that this was your second visit to the balcony.
You think that the witchstone's out there, then?
He just stares at you.
Well then, you're welcome, everyone. I looks like I may have found the witchstone. Let's go and, I didn't really see anything that stood out to me out there other than, the balcony, but, we could go and take a look. We must make sure that we put something to stop the door. I've forgotten when I've gone out there.
Alright, I want to try the door. Mm-hmm.
It opens okay.
I would like... how heavy is that chair?
Oh, the office chair?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty sturdy. You're a pretty strong little gnome, so you're able to pick it up okay. But, it's a sturdy...
With Jacqueline in it or not?
If you... Excuse... I can strength check it if we want, but I'd like to... And I want to start laboriously dragging the chair over to try to prop the door open with it.
It's so loud for so long as you drag this chair. The sound fills the house. You can almost hear it echoing in the walls of the interior.
I turned to Eli and I'm like, could you just grab the other end of that?
I've got it!
Lift the other end so it's not...
I think Rip has this, Miss Montag.
You finally, after the longest moment, put the chair against the door. The house seems quieter somehow than it did before. And after just a moment, you hear the sound of the chair being dragged. Somewhere else in the house, as if it were a call and response.
That's downright odd.
Yes, well, the good news is that we are all here, other than, I guess, Rasmus. We can go outside, find the witch stone, do whatever it is one does with the witch stone, and then find Erasmus, yes?
That was Ozik. Ozik!
Could have
Hey!
been.
Wait!
No.
Eli's going to run.
Eli.
He's going to run towards the sound. Ozik! Hey! Are you... Is that another prank of yours? Come on!
As quickly as I can after him.
Help him. No, but...
If you want to help the boy find the stone.
Yes, I suppose that's me now. I will go look for the stone, and I will go back out on the balcony.
Van Richten actually follows you out. Will you roll a perception check for me?
I've been so good at those today, so I bet this one will be really good too. Why can't I roll above 10? That's 10 total, including my stress.
You're out there for what feels like a very frustrating long time, trying to stare at a puzzle that you can't quite solve. In fact, Van Richten has almost positioned himself in the doorway, sort of like watching you, like just kind of very coolly, until you finally notice, and you would have missed it if you weren't, on your fourth pass of just trying to really stare this place down. In the wall towards the end of the balcony, there is a brick that juts out, just so. And as you approach it, you get the sense that this is what you were looking for.
Looks like I found it. No thanks to you, by the way, just standing there watching. So, what do we do now? Do we just pull it out? I've never seen a witch stone before.
The violin, Miss Montag.
I hardly think that a violin is going to pull a stone out of the wall, or that this is much time for music. Van Richten.
Aren't dark times time for music?
Fine then. I will open my violin case, pull it out. I will usually, the cane rapier, I toss the top of it off, but I will take my time since I feel like this is silly and it's not gonna do anything. So I'm just making a bit of a show of it and doing the making eyes at him and be like, and then I will, set up to do it, and I will just play kind of a little nursery rhyme, sort of just quick, basic tune.
As you begin to play this, even just sort of casually and as sort of offhandedly as you are, you start to feel a calm about you, a calm that you haven't felt definitely since entering the house, and maybe even a calm that you haven't felt in a long time in your travels.
Yeah, I just kind of go into that I kind of start to go into that fugue state of just playing from my memory or my heart and just kind of fall into it and kind of drop the sarcasm.
As you start to play, your eyes close and you sort of lose yourself into the song. And as the song concludes, you realize that you have learned a song called The Blood Tears of Claveria. And suddenly, as the melody comes out of you, you feel like you've known this song for quite a long time. And maybe you just didn't realize it. You have a advantage on performance checks when playing this song. Moving on, but as your eyes open, you find yourself on the balcony without Van Richten. Instead, standing in the doorway is the woman from the portrait. Hands clasped together, pressed against her lips. A tear rolling down her eye as she listens to the song. My darling, that was beautiful.
Thank you. Theodora.
Yes. And you, if I'm not mistaken, are Cyril's girl.
How do you know of my family? How do we know you? Why are your initials on this violin? Why am I here?
I recognize you as I would know my brother's eyes on whatever face I saw them in. You have that violin because I gave it to my brother on the day our father separated us. Eli, what are you doing?
Could I make a check to see if I could distinguish like what part of the house the sound of the chair might have come from?
So you head down the hallway. Will you roll a perception check for me?
That's a 14 with my stress.
Okay. You head back down the hall. And head back down the hall. There is a door that you are pretty sure you heard the creaking coming from. And as you approach the door and sort of listen outside of it for a moment, you hear a cough.
Ozik, is that you? I'm gonna try the
Eli
door.
would really...
Rip, you see Eli open this door and walk in.
I'm gonna follow him. I've been trying to chatter, sort of like, we really better get back to the, we can come, but I'm following as I'm clearly not dissuading him down the hallway.
The two of you enter what looks to be the master bedroom of the house, and you see the source of the coughing. It has these shaking fits every time that it coughs. There's this huddled form under the blankets of the bed. You see there's a deteriorated chair that is now sort of, it is touching the foot of the bed and just facing the bed. And you can actually see the lines where it has indeed been dragged. And just past where the chair looks like it had been, there's a second door.
Ozic! I'm gonna jump on the bed. Are you okay? Did you catch a cold from the river? Where have you been? Why didn't you come? Why didn't you come? We were downstairs this whole time. Are you okay? Rip, look! It's my friend!
Is it now?
And as you,
I'm gonna come across the room with you.
And as you sort of jump up and jump onto the bed, the blanket starts to fall back, and you just see this horrific sort of fleshless gaze, like staring up at you, as what seems to be you reckon there's a flash of recognition of one of the men in the portraits, his clothes, but the undead form of Lauren Halfrist stands up on the bed, looming over the two of you, and I need you both to roll initiative.
I will, if it's okay, I will roll initiative, but I'm prepared to sacrifice my first turn because in crossing the room, my attempt was to see if I could, strength permitting, scoop Eli up and take him back as soon as that blanket started to move. So I may just lose that first turn, but
Okay.
Also, I got a 5, so that may just work perfectly.
Got a 13 with the stress.
Okay, let's see here. Eli, you got a 13.
Mm-hmm.
Or Rip, you got a 5. Okay, so I will, Rip, let's start with your action, with what you were trying to do. Since technically you were trying to start that before I asked for initiative. So go ahead and roll that strength check to scoop up Eli.
Okay. It's just gonna be... Alright, it's a 17.
Okay, 17. So as you start to see this thing sort of like crawling up out of the blankets of the bed, you actually pull Eli pretty easily into your arms, even though I think he might even be like a little taller than you. Where are you going?
I'm attempting to sort of heave him over my shoulder if I can and beeline back towards the door.
As you turn around, the door slams shut.
Oh, where's the other door?
On the other side of the room.
All right. I'm gonna head for that other door. Sorry about this, Eli. I've got 25 feet of movement, so as much as it took to pick him up, maybe half movement, whatever you want to call there. I just make a zigzag towards the remaining door.
Sure. Will you please roll? Will you roll, I'll let you choose an athletics check or an acrobatics check.
I'm gonna go athletics. That's all right.
Certainly.
Ooh, it's a dirty 20.
Okay. You are able to very easily sort of pivot and sprint, just still holding Eli as you head towards the other door.
Lad, we're just gonna regroup. We're gonna regroup in the next room, and this door actually opens very easily, revealing the master bath of the house. You see very quickly these remains of what were once very opulent fixtures filling this now very moldy
bathroom wardrobes, dressing screens. There's a vanity with a cracked mirror against the tile walls. There's a raised marble tub next to a built-in fireplace, that just screams this kind of, commitment to the kind of decadence that Lauren Halfrest hoped to create in his life. The hopes of this thing that is now still shambling towards the two of you.
I don't know how far I can reasonably make it in the space of this turn, but the goal would be to get inside that door, place you down, and then slam that door shut behind us. However much of that I get through in my 6 seconds.
I'm going to ask you to roll a straight dexterity check for me.
Okay. That is going to be a 10.
Okay, as you sort of realize that the two of you have found this dead end, you attempt to pivot very quickly to get back to the door, and just as you are starting to pull it shut, the creature's arm, Lauren Halfrest's arm, like slams.
And slight clarification, I think I rolled a save instead of a straight strength check earlier, and I am sorry about that. It should have been 2 lower, 15 instead of a 17. To pick Eli up. Very sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. Eli's pretty light. He's got little bird bones. The creatures... sorry, I had to let the entire fire department drive by.
I'm just now imagining this shambling thing like coughs and it just like opens its mouth and sirens come out.
An apartment dweller's worst nightmare. This arm sort of like slams into the door and like forcing the door back open, and it reaches sort of this like bony like flesh hanging from the hands, just various like liquid sort of like oozing across what was once a very like opulent and very rich looking bathrobe. It swings out at you, Rip. My whole neighborhood is on fire. Does a 16 hit, Rip?
Oh, it sure does.
Or wait, no, I'm sorry. Hang on. Yeah, I rolled the wrong thing. Let me try that one more time. Okay, so a 17, so that still hits. This like clawed hand reaches out, just like trying to get at your throat. And while it doesn't quite make, all that, because you sort of feel these claws like rend down your skin for 4 damage. And almost unnaturally, it snaps the top half of its body forward as its jaws open to try to take a bite out of you. Does a 9 hit?
No.
Very carefully, you're able to back away, trying to keep Eli behind you as the thing now enters the bathroom, standing between the two of you and Freedom. Eli, it's your turn.
Is this creature within 5 feet of me?
Yes, I will. It's not like the biggest bathroom in the world, so yeah, I will. I think you can easily get within 5 feet of it.
Okay. I actually want to not be within 5 feet of it.
Okay.
So I will take a step back away, seeing this thing filled with terror. Rip, Mater has taught us that the great thing about adventures is well, there's only so much suffering in the world, and adventurers take on a little bit more of that burden. You know? We have to be brave. And I will use a bonus action to use my Form of Dread transform. And you watch as barbed wires begin to pull out of my body and begin to wrap around me. You see that I get a crown of barbed wire above my head that twists into a point. See. So I get 1d10 plus 2 temporary hit points. That is 12. And then I will turn to the creature and I will point a finger. Now say, I'm not scared of you. You can't scare me. I will find my friend. I will earn this badge, and we're going to find this stupid stone. And people are going to stop playing tricks on me. Because I'm a good person. I'm gonna use Eldritch Blast. I'm gonna slingshot an Eldritch Blast. Dirty 20.
That hits.
And I will deal 6 force damage against this creature. And you see as my eyes begin to bleed as I just stare intently at this creature, unafraid.
I mean, the creature, it takes the blast like full in the face, and the eldritch energy burns through its eye and sort of burns across the top of its head as it pulls itself back up after trying to bite, and now almost this like wisp of magical smoke sort of coming off of its skull, but it hasn't stopped coming. Rip, it's your turn.
Snail-sucking tortoises, is that you? Lad, are you all right?
If we're just brave, we can do anything together.
All right, but I won't be slinging you over my shoulder anytime soon. All right, I'm gonna get the great axe out and try to, one thing at a time, and try to take a piece out of our friend in the doorway. And I think I will, having already declared that but not said I'm raging, let's just go ahead. Can I say that this is a reckless attack?
Yes.
All right. But that will, give you advantage until my next turn. Fun. All right. Well, I'm very glad that I have advantage because the first one's a 6. And the second one's an 8. Does a 12 hit?
A 12 hits.
Yes.
Roll damage.
All right. Let's see if my great axe damage is keeping up. Oh, and it was a 13 because I forgot to write down that it's my +1 great axe of definite safety. Oh my god! The axes, they love me. They love me throughout this house. The axes don't turn into terrifying things. It's 14 points of damage, please.
You swipe, just truly like up and down, across this creature. The axe embeds into its chest and starts to actually slide down across, and this like black bile and liquid starts to pour out of the creature as you pull your axe back up. It looks up at you with just those dead eyes just burning at you, hungry and unstoppable and uncaring.
Gonna need you to let us go!
And it responds by almost sprinting towards you, Rip. with a surprising amount of speed, considering it had sort of been almost clumsy and shambling, swinging out at you. It's a 9 hit.
Oh.
Does a 20 hit?
Yeah.
And finally, does a 13 hit?
Yes.
You start backing up.
Wait, I am AC 13, but it meets it, so it gets me, right? Quick memory check. Sorry.
The defender, you're good. So you only got hit by the 1. However, in taking these swings, you find yourself backing up. The third one finally connects, clawing against your, pushing into your chest for 4 points of damage. Will you please roll a dexterity save for me, Rip?
I sure will. How about an 8?
You've advantage on dex saves when you can see a thing? Is that a thing for barbarians? I can't remember.
I believe I may with my 3rd level features. Danger sense! I have advantage on dex saving throws against effects I can see while not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated. It's a scary bathroom and I've temporarily forgotten everything. Eli's got spikes. May I use my advantage there?
No, because it's not something that you can currently see.
Shoot! Alright! It was an 8 then!
Rip, as you back up, you find yourself backing up against. You feel sort of like this cold ceramic against the back of your legs, and as the creature pushes into your chest, you fall backwards with a splash into a full tub. And fall and fall and sink deeper and deeper. As you struggle for breath, your eyes seeing the shipwreck above you. We're going to cut for just a moment to Jacqueline and Theodora on the balcony.
I think, sorry, does that mean that Regan, Bastian, Lauren, you're all family? You're my family?
My husband felt that we should reclaim my family's land, thinking that this curse that follows us wouldn't somehow follow me just because I had taken his name. He was wrong.
So, we are cursed then. How do we fix it? How do we make it right?
I don't know. We betrayed her. We betrayed the Lady Silver. She asked for the support of the nobles, and we turned our back on her. She called out
That's
something.
Just it, then.
That's just it.
So you're all just stuck here. Am I stuck here? Can I leave?
This house is yours. Will you help me do something?
Well, yes.
I asked you to find the stone so that I could see you face to face. Our children, they shouldn't be here anymore. They don't deserve this. Find them. Take them away from this place.
Yes. All right. And Lauren had her lungs. She was looking for you. Will you come with me? We can go and find her. Maybe that will help her. Please.
Lauren and I are both lost to this place, but my children, they're safe. They're not a part of this house. Find them. Take them out of it.
I'll do what I can.
That's all I can ask of you. You play beautifully, Jacqueline.
I will try to go back inside. Will I be locked out again? Question.
You step into the office. Van Richten is waiting for you. He sort of gives you a quizzical, curious look.
You, I found the witchstone and, I played, that's... Did you see anything?
I saw nothing that I was not meant to see.
Theodora said her children are here. They're not lost. To find them and help them get out.
Her children?
Yes.
Reagan and Bastion Alfrist.
Yes, I assume.
Very well. We know our job.
I should find the others. I don't trust this friend of Eli's.
Eli, it's your turn.
What do I see for when Rip falls into the tub, or do they disappear from sight?
You see a tub full of water. Murky, really disgusting. Has maybe been in this tub for 100 to 200 years. Water.
I look at the tub, say, "Get up, Rip! We're not done!" And I'll turn back to the creature, and then I'm going to touch one of my badges, and it begins to glow with this sort of sickly green energy. And I will reach out and I will cast Hex on the creature as my bonus action.
Okay.
And then I will reload my slingshot and throw another Eldritch Blast, hoping to hit.
Okay. Roll to hit.
That's an 8. Or a 7, actually.
A 7 does not hit. Well, hang on just a moment. Sorry, wonderful TV, I know. A spell. Okay. 7, unfortunately, does not hit. Jacqueline, as you are traveling down the hall, you hear the sound of Eli shouting to Rip from further down the hall.
I'll hurry and turn to Van Richten, hoping he's capable of running. I don't know. He seems old. And I will head towards where the sound is coming from, kind of violin it at the ready. I'm just ready to kind of cast some spells or something.
So you follow the sound. You find yourself back in that master bedroom with things sort of in disarray. The bed now empty, but you see as you sort of enter the room, you see the bathroom now open, and you see the back of this creature approaching Eli.
Lauren, I call it what I think his name is, and then I'm just gonna set the violin and play the Blood Tears of Lithera.
So, play this way. So as you start to play the song, typically this would just sort of give you an advantage on a performance check, but I think because the song is so tied to the family and to the house, the creature does actually sort of start to slow and almost get like distracted by this familiar tune that has become so much a part of it. And I'm going to say that it is going to get disadvantages on its next turn.
Nice. As I'm playing, I'm also then just going to call out to Eli. I'm just going to say, Eli, whatever it is you have to do, do it quick. And give you an inspiration, which is, I believe, a D6.
Right.
That's it.
Rip. As you continue to struggle and to swim and fight against the against losing the remaining oxygen in your lungs, the salt water is starting to burn and sting against your eyes and against your face. I need you, my friend, to make your first death save.
Excuse you?
I'm trying to think, do I have anything that helps with this? I guess I don't. Okay, that was as much stalling as I could think of. It's 15.
You continue to you sort of start to feel your vision sort of starting to blur, and you start to black out. You start to just feel yourself like succumbing to this darkness, this pressure around your body. And as it is starting to take you, you push it back as best you can, and that struggle, that need to survive this kicks back in. You continue to try to swim back to the surface. You can see your ship floundering above. You can see the fires above the ocean floor as you're desperately trying to reach the surface, to reach air, to reach life again. As the zombie swings angrily at Eli. I'm assuming a 5 doesn't hit, or a 6.
Does not.
Is it?
It has disadvantage, right?
Yes. And 3 attacks. I'm assuming a 10 does not hit either.
Does not.
Eli, you keep like moving just very quickly, just one step ahead of this creature as it tries to bite you once, as it's clawing at you. but it doesn't land any hits. And it is, once again, your turn.
Just hit me! Just hit me if you want! You're weak. You're so pathetic. I'm much better than you. Ah! I'm gonna take out my dagger, and I'm just gonna try and gut this thing.
Roll to hit.
Oh, a 6! So I'm not able to hit this creature. I am just like swinging my blade wildly in this sort of like madness. Oh,
this sort of madness is taking over, and
if you want to use
flailing.
it.
Oh, you do have the inspiration.
6 is really low though. I'm gonna save it.
Yeah.
I'm just tattering this creature's clothes, just swinging the knife wildly.
Jacqueline, that brings us back to you.
Eli, where's Rip? Where's Rip?
He's in the tub. He fell in the tub.
All right, cool. I'm gonna move up. Is there room for me to get around Lauren?
Yeah, it's a spacious enough bathroom that you can kind of start to get around, but I think as you try to enter through melee range, it's going to get that attack of opportunity.
That's fair. Does it still have disadvantage as I play this tune, or is that done now?
It still has disadvantage.
Sweet.
But it is going to try to reach out and claw at you. An 11.
Nope.
Okay.
I have very low HP, so that's a big relief. Cool. So yeah, as I get there, I am then gonna turn to face it, and I'm just gonna take this song that I'm playing, and like I'm assuming it's already in like a minor key, but I'm actually just gonna add kind of this extra dissonant harmony into the line of it, to just like really kind of make it almost into a weapon and cast a dissonant whispers. So I need it to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. A 10.
Yeah, that's gonna fail. So I'm gonna do some damage. Ooh. 13 psychic damage, and it's gotta move away from me.
Describe to me these new final moments of Lauren Halfrist.
All right. Yeah, I think as I kind of hit this new dissonant harmony, it's almost just like this blast that kind of shoots out, and it like Lauren just kind of breathes it in, almost like the magic has become like air, and it just like the lungs just fill with it, and because I'm gross, they burst, and just Lauren just tumbles into a heap. And I cast Prestidigitation on myself, because I'm now covered in goop.
The goop goes, but you do realize looking down that there is still there are still bloodstains all over your clothes. Eli
leaps at the corpse with his knife and just begins stabbing it wildly. He says, "No! It was my kill! It was mine! I claimed it!"
Eli, Rip! Where's Rip? Because I'm looking around, I don't see Rip.
He's in the tub! I already told you!
I'll back away, I'll go to the tub and hopefully find Rip.
It's filled with murky water that you can't see through.
Eli, I need your help with this, please.
You turn and you see Eli is taking a finger for his collection.
Oh, okay, never mind. You can stay over there. It's fine. I'll do it. I'm just not gonna look. I'm just like gonna reach into the gross water and just try to find Rip.
You find something that feels like it might be a body.
I really hope it is.
You wrap your arms around this form. You pull it up, and it is Rip. You pull Rip out of this tub. She's limp. She's not moving.
Rip. I'll get her out and just kind of on the floor. Eli, do you know first aid? Do you have a first aid patch? She needs... Eli!
You see as the barbs retract back, seemingly to disappear under his skin. Yeah, oh my god, Rip! He will run to Rip and try and resuscitate him.
Okay, roll a medicine.
I'm gonna... Let's go. That's a 0.
Oh no!
I still have the dagger.
That feels death save.
And that is where we'll end
No!
this episode of the House of Lament. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us while we play this game. This has been just so fun to play through with these three. I love these characters. I love haunted houses. This has been super fun. We will see you next week right here for the final episode of the House of Lament. And if all three of you lived, welcome to your third level. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much for hanging out. Bye, guys. Be safe. Be nice.